Assalamu alaikum. Welcome. My name is Bilal Khan, coming at you from Space City, aka Houston, aka more specifically Southwest Alief, Texas, i.e., SWAT. Today, we are covering this and that, which is a letter, this and that. But let me show you what this and that looks like. So, this and that is essentially looks like Domingo, which we covered before, but it's got a dot on the top. Why am I calling it this or that? Well, that's the sound that it makes. And similarly, you will find a word in the Quran. So many times, if those of us who observe the 5 daily prayers, 17 times a day in the beginning of the Salah, we're reciting Surah Al-Fatiha, different from this passage, which is Surah Al-Fath, right? Different surah. But in Surah Al-Fatiha, if you conclude with وَلَا and then the next page is the answer to the supplication that we just made. And the answer is Alif Lam Mim. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. That is the book. This is the book in which there is no fear nor doubt. It is a guidance for those who have God consciousness. That's why that word, ذَلِكَ, starts with this and that. And it is most appropriate because that is the book. This is the book in which there is no fear nor doubt, a guidance for those who have consciousness, awareness, and fear of Allah. And so, let us begin to find this and that. Here we go. Let's begin here. We got Muhammad, Rasulullah. Nope, there's no this or that here. And don't worry if you don't know how to read the Arabic just yet. Just look for the shape. Look for the fact that we also, I forgot to mention, right? We do a quick recap and review of what this letter looks like. We know by itself, it looks like this. We also know in the beginning, it also looks like this. In the middle, there's no middle, but there is an end. And in the end, it's going to connect to a letter that looks like this. So it's rather close to that. Obviously, there's a connection to it, but it's more or less the same shape. So just keep in mind, we're looking for a shape that has no connection to its left side. We know Arabic. We read from right to left. So on the left side, this is a letter that does not connect. And on the right side, there might be a connection, but it's got a dot on top. So that's what we're going to look for. Two characteristics. It's got a dot on top, and it doesn't connect on the left. So let's start. So we start with looking for this and that here. Nope, 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 this. Oh, look at that. We mentioned this in a previous video. And so you see the lamb. Well, if you don't know what the word is, then that's okay. But you see the lamb, and then you have the connection here. Obviously, it touches over here. Boom, just like that. And so keep going. Any more this and that. Any more this and that. I don't see any this and that on this line. Let's move on to the next one. This and that, this and that, this and that, that, this and that. Boot and pants. Nope, no boot and pants. This and that, 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 this and that. No more this and that. Oh, ha, ha. Here we go. I was mentioning before, right? Which way do I go? There you go. There. ذَلِكَ. That's the word. That. This. That. Excuse me. That is the book. This is the book, ذَلِكَ. And if we were to write this down, copy it, right? We got that, and then we got a little connection here, accent mark, lam, and then boom, ذَلِكَ. This is what it looks like. And so we've identified one of them, and it connects to what I mentioned earlier today. I was hoping we would find it. Keep going. Any more this and that? This and that? Nope. This and that, this and that? Nope, 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 nope. This and that, this and that. Looking for this and that, this and that? Nope. This and that, this and that, this and that. Book that. There is no doubt. Keep going. Let's look for this and that. Up, nothing there. This and that, this and that, this and that, this and that. Nope. This and that, this and that. Nope, nope, nope. All right. No more this and that. That concludes our search for this and that. Hope you guys found that to be enjoyable and entertaining. In the meantime, I would suggest go ahead and look for if there's any instances in which I didn't get it. I missed it. It happens. Some of y'all been very gracious in pointing out some of the letters that I did miss before. Thank you. I appreciate it. Keep it up. Keep going. And if I did miss any others, do let me know. Let me know in the comments below. Go ahead and tally it up. Go through the thing. If you don't happen to have a mushaf, aka a copy of the Quran like this, that's all right. Just go to Quran.com or go to the local masjid and ask to borrow one. I'm sure one of those folks, administrators, would be more than happy to lend you a copy. And let me know down in the comments below, how many this and that did you find? I'll see you soon. Assalamu alaikum.